Hello everybody and welcome to another video inside Minecraft. Today we're going to be looking at my race shop, the race shop that I built for DK Motorsports. This is going to be I think it's our fourth video in Minecraft. I did one making an IndyCar a long time ago, and the last one was on a racetrack. So yes, this is the third one, and as soon as I start the video the dogs start barking. They're not my dogs. I wish I could do something about them. But here we have it. We have DK Motorsports. It looks quite sizable. Well, the thing is, I tried to keep it as efficient as possible. Try to keep it humble. Not like a huge race shop. Like, I've seen some of my friends build race shops before, and they've been close to 3 times the size of this. So I think I kept it somewhat successful. Originally, it only covered the first half, probably from the front here to about, I don't know, like right here or so. And then there was like multiple buildings, and I connected them all. You can see the pattern that I went for is the classic blue and green colors that you normally see, with some white and some really rich black right there. Concrete. I think this whole thing is made out of snow. I like the texture on the snow better than I like the texture on the like white concrete. Also, this was made before they even added white concrete into the game, so I mean, yeah, but we have adapted and put some white concrete on the floor inside here. Inside here is the main office. We got an IndyCar, we have a Formula 1 car. I also made a LMP1 prototype in another world, and that looks pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't actually look as cool as these, but it kind of looks like one. You'll probably squint your eyes to see it. Over here we have the retail shop. Now, obviously there's no clothing stands, really. I mean, actually there is armor stands, but I haven't put any in. It's probably a good idea. We just have the different color banners just to kind of represent clothing racks. Different things we sell. Shirts, pictures, I don't know. Wow, this looks interesting. Different stuff that we sell. Die casts and whatnot. I guess this is kind of like the die cast section, so to say. You know, you get the 124s, the 118s, 164s. And then over here we have kind of like the waiting area. Sit on the couch, kind of wait until you get called, either upstairs or through there. Right, we have the receptionist, some things over here, storage. And where do we go first? I guess we go upstairs. This whole thing is divided into perhaps 3 sections, more like the office, kind of the business side of it. The race shop, and then the things like the engineering rooms, the development rooms and whatnot. Right here we have let's not show the race shop yet. Right now we have the snack area, the lunchroom. You know, we have some stuff down there. Fridge over here is a refrigerator, and also some chairs and a table to eat at. Over here we have the cubicles. These are for people, you know, the social media guys, whoever is doing what. The assistants, I don't know. Anybody who doesn't really need a full office, but needs a dedicated place to get stuff done, that's where they go. We have 2 restrooms in here. The restrooms have nothing in them. Yep. They're just blanks, but just imagine. Just use your imagination. We have a office here. It's probably gonna be like the big boss office, and yeah, just like an office for an important person, somebody important enough to have their own office. With the conference room, you have a nice big conference table. You know, so you can have your meetings talking about the future, the race team, where you're going, blah blah blah. And then we walk out through here. I guess, should we do it from the top or from the bottom? I think It'll be cool if we did it from the bottom when we walked in. So obviously these would be closed. You need a special key card or access from the front desk in order to get past here, because it's confidential. Can't be letting anybody inside here. And you walk down this hallway, and then you see these big tall roofs. Then you walk out and you're in to the race shop. Went for a pattern on the roof, you know, to keep the natural sunlight on. We have 3 panels, a green, blue, and green ones. Then we put carpet above them to give us some privacy, so any team trying to spy, they can just use their drones and kind of look from above. Also, it kind of keeps the UV rays out. You know, the natural lighting from the sun is much better than me just putting a bunch of these lanterns or torches up. So that's why this is ultimately a really great design. I'll be with the cars here, IndyCars. You can see this is the road course version of them. I think I made a video. Yeah, that's probably the first like racing related Minecraft video I did, was making this car. You also have a super speedway version. And where is the super speedway version? I don't think we have any super speedway versions here. But to clarify what a super speedway version looks like, it's probably same wing pretty much. And it's sort of like okay. It's like this. This is how a super speedway version looks. You know, you have the smaller wing on the back, then this big wing up there. You probably could put a crash structure down here as well. Let me see if I could. Yeah, like that. And that is the super speedway version. And then obviously you put these here, the buttons, to enhance the wheels. You put the mine carts inside the cockpit so you can actually sit down in the car. And then you'll put, I think you put like a picture frame there or something. Yeah, we put a picture frame there, kind of the hole inside the top of the tub. What do you call that? Is it like the roll hoop? Yeah, the roll hoop. There we go. Over here we have like an engine bay where we could install the engines. We use this special type of gray glazed terracotta. You know, you can see you could use these end rods, and with the tires off, they kind of look like. Why am I just forgetting all the parts of the car? You could. It looks like how it probably would look like if you took the wheels off. So you just slide the tires right onto there, and then you're good to go. We could probably. Where should we walk next? Where should we walk next? I think it's acceptable that we walk down here. You know, obviously we have some these storage. These ones are to go. That to go. Then we have a rear wing and a front wing, and then we have the loading bay. The loading bay. We're gonna walk out here. This is obviously put here so we can easily kind of like put the car straight onto the truck without like lowering them down, because there is a incline here. We don't want to put the cars in the incline and then go back up into the truck, so they just go straight onto it. We have the DK Motorsports hauler. Right, this hauler is wide enough to fit one of those cars and then have like a 1 block gap on the side here in order to like put more stuff or like to walk by. I probably could build a car in there real quick. Let's see if we could try and build one. I actually have never tried to build one of those cars inside there before until now. And let's see how it will look. Obviously in real life the car will go like above all the rest of the stuff instead of just like on the floor itself, but this is Minecraft, so we don't have all of that available to us. It's definitely, God, I forgot how to make the car again. I think it's like this. Then we definitely have that. There's a space gap between the wheels. I think I'm trying to get the right. Is that correct? There's 3 gaps. Oh, it goes on to the rear antenna, which is exactly what we did. It's quite odd. I think it's because we haven't put the rest of the stuff down. And there you go, close enough. That's how the car kind of looks in the bay. Just walk by there, put some storage bins up here, so you can have some extra things. Kind of open them up, get what you need, get the tools for the car. And this was actually outside. We have a nice sky roof. Don't really care about covering up this one. The truck goes inside here, and you obviously could walk out. In the front half of the truck does not look as good as the rear half. We had to make it wide enough for the cars. You can make it thinner, but it wouldn't be wide enough for the cars. I think you probably could make it 1 block thinner, which would probably be good. But we want some symmetry, right? So this is the bay here. We also have a simulation of a pit wall. So when the hauler's out, you can see the marks that the car is supposed to stop on. The garage doors open. The car drives in, stops on the mark. The pit crew do their job, and then the car pulls off. I guess they're like right about here. Right, we have the pit wall to simulate everything. We have the tires on the pit wall, and we also have a simulation pit stand right here, so all the engineers could well, I keep activating them, so all the engineers could kind of look at all the screens up here, see what it feels like on a race weekend. Gets the practice in. Over here in this room we have some of the tires, and over here is in an empty room. And so while we're here, we should walk through the back way. There's supposed to be some steps here. Just give me a second to put them down. Yep, you walk in here, and here was actually, like I said, this building expanded and engulfed, like I think 2 or 3 buildings, and like a soccer field as well. And here we have the simulation room. There's supposed to be a computer here, but I think I took it down for some reason or the next. But here we have the simulator, right? You can see it's a very big simulator. You sit down in here, you get a 180-degree angle. I mean, obviously when you're in the race car, you're not going to be able to turn your head that much, so it gives you this full range of view right here. Obviously it's set up for open wheel cars. We have right here the wheels, or I guess the simulation version of the wheels. It moves around, it gives some sort of motion, and the side here are actually rotors. I mean, in my imaginary sense, there are rotors that spin and move when you turn the steering wheel in the car, so you could kind of get somewhat of a sensation that you get when you're actually turning the wheel in real life. No power steering, of course. Right here is the paint booth where we put on the paint the cars, or put on the decals. You know, not much IndyCar teams paint the cars nowadays. I think the most notable one who still paints their cars are Air Carpenter Racing, and yeah, everybody kind of just puts stickers over their cars, or kind of uses the large decals or wraps and puts them around the cars. But we have a paint booth in here, and obviously you can roll the car straight from the paint booth down this wide hallway and back into the race shop, which is very convenient. Over here we have bathroom, male, female. Let's go on the male one. Pretty simple. I think there's supposed to be seats in there. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Put a toilet up on the wall. That's not nice. Counter. Wash your hands. Blah blah blah. And I just locked myself in. Over here we have a unmarked wall, and you could see that there's a wall behind the wall, and that's because this is the secret development room. Yeah, this is where we go inside and we make all the secret development on the engine. This is where our Chevrolet engineers are going to be working on the car, on the engine, different parts of the car, shocks, springs, dampers, whatever we could develop. You know, obviously there are going to be like picture frames here, monitors, looking at all the data. And we have the test bench right here, or at least something that you can test different components on. And right here we have the shaker rig. You can see the shaker rig is conveniently placed, so you can like roll the car down the ramp and then back it up onto the shaker rig. Right now it's closed, but we leave it open so you can easily get in and out. With the car with some very complex circuitry down there, a lot of sensors up top, and you'll have an engineer with this laptop right here, and he activates the shaker rig, and it simulates the motion that you would get on a bumpy racetrack or a smooth racetrack. Even these cars do bunks no matter where they go, even the slides of movement, so you can kind of simulate the movement that you get on the race car on the shaker rig. That's because dampers are an open area of development in IndyCar. I think if you walk down here, you get the back entry, obviously, and then we walk up the stairs, and we have some empty offices up here. I've yet to put anything meaningful in here. I mean, I just put like desk and such, but it wouldn't be that much. Just be like a bunch of stairs and slabs. I kind of left them empty for the moment. Walk out here, and you'll notice that we have these open gaps in the railing, and that's because these are kind of lifts, so you can lift. Like for instance, this is a engine up here. We put it on the lift, and it basically pulls the engine up from the floor up to the one of these engineering rooms up on the top, which is completely unnecessary because we already have that kind of down here, but I guess it kind of makes up. We have a extra set of bathrooms, yep, on all two sides. You have more office space here. You can tell that our team has some sort of alliance with Ed Carpenter Racing, because these are the fuzzy vodka colors. But they're no longer sponsored by Fuzzy's Vodka, which is sad. Some more office space. We have my office. It's nice. I have a couch. I have a desk. I have a bed in the back so I could take naps. I have railroad tracks for some reason. And then I also have the extra storage. And I have some blinds to keep some privacy, so I could do whatever I need to do in peace. Blinds, they don't do much. And then I think that's it. We kind of have this walkway that kind of looks down upon the cars and whatnot. It's a very complex facility. We have everything we need to kind of do all the things we need to do. There's a little IndyCar on the wall. Different types of designs on each wall. These ones kind of look like owls or birds. It was in the blue and green with the black and white. So the three colors that I mainly use. Different designs there. I tried to recreate a version to kind of like give some sort of tutorial, but I figured that I can only make this for myself. Like, I feel like trying to make this for somebody else is a lot harder, because I did try and make like a generic version, and it just didn't feel right, so I decided to just show you mine. And you could probably take what you want from this and add this to your own creation, your own race shop. And I also have one more thing to show to you. Over here we have our racing circuit. We have a smaller oval, not that big. We have some garage in the back. We have a lot of these banners that I made myself. A lot of popular IndyCar sponsors like Napa, ABC, Firestone, Total, PNC, Bank, DHL, NTT, and Speedway. The Samsung 500. We have some of these generic pit stalls, some cheap ones. You know, not much. I have a car there. It kind of looks like a Formula 1 car with the wing, like a 2009 one. And then we have right here the DK Motorsports pit stand. Look at that, with the fueling rig. Obviously, IndyCar pit boxes are not kind of defined as a pit box. It's like you just stop in like one spot, and if you don't stop in that one spot, then you're just losing time for no reason. Nice and shaded for the crew. They don't have to stand up in the hot sun. They could be in the shade. We have a boat in here, I suppose. And then we have some of these guards. You know, only our crew and probably like Jan Beek is trying to get an interview with the crew chief allowed in here. And then up here we have the crew chief, the race engineers, strategists, owner. They sit up on top of here. You know, just type. You have some screens up here looking at the race broadcasts, probably the weather forecast as well, some other stuff. I'll be having the back here, probably where the guest's gonna go. You know, if a driver crashes out, probably gonna sit behind here, or maybe they have a special guest, probably another race car driver, probably their test driver or development one, sit in the back here. Some more screens, the tires, like I said, the fuel, and whatnot. And that is it for today's video. If you have creations like this, tell me about it inside the comment section. I like to see a lot of this racing type stuff in Minecraft. I think it's really fun to kind of like simulate something that you would probably want to do in real life, and kind of have that imagination or kind of role play about your favorite team. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, leave a comment saying what you think about it. This is Drayden from DKMedia, and I'll see you guys inside the next video.